Charstar, and today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute squishy pillow out of Rainbowloom, and I made it with an embroidered side using blue. So the way I made it, I have sparkly blue on one side and a glow-in-the-dark blue on the other. So let's get right to it. Okay, so I have already made my other side of my pillow, but you are going to need to make two of what the next part will tell you. So when you have finished making one of them, just come back to this moment and redo that entire step. Okay, so the first step in making the pillow sides is we're going to take a single band and wrap it around our hook so that there are 3 loops, just like that. And then I'm going to take a single band, slide it through those 3 loops, and reclaim my end. So that is one stitch. So now I'm going to repeat that step, just sliding it through, taking a single band, slide it through, and reclaiming the end until I have 3. So you can see 1, 2, 3. So you are going to need to make 14 of these stitches. So I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and finally 14. Okay, so now I'm going to go into, as we can see, so if we go to the end and we look at this cap band, we see that this cap band is wrapped around these 2 loops. So if we were to stick our hook into this way, then this, if we took this off, this would not come apart. So find that side and go down. Okay, and then you must identify that side on our hook, on our stitch. So basically, So basically, if my hook is facing down, I need to go in sideways. So my hook is facing down, and I now need to go in this way. And I'm going to take a single band, slide through the first 2 loops on my hook, reclaim the end, and take this first loop and slide through every single thing on my hook. Next, I'm going to go back in the same way into the next stitch, take a single band, slide through just the first 2 loops, reclaim the end, slip knot it, and slide through the rest. So we are going to continue that all the way down. And each one of these like little slidey through thingies going into a different stitch is 1 stitch. So I will be back when I have done these stitches all the way down. Okay, so I've done all of these stitches going down, and now I'm going to go into my last stitch and do a single crochet. And now I'm here. So now we have this cap band with the 3 loops. So now what I'm actually going to do is take a pair of scissors, cut that little loop, pull it off of it, and if this opens up and starts to fall apart, then you did it wrong, and you might want to look back and see if your single was twisted anywhere and you didn't go into the right loops, because that would mean that it's like messed up and you need to start over. But if it is all good and it stayed like on like mine, then what you're going to need to do is, so our hook was originally facing this way, but now we have to turn it around. So if we just went into this next stitch forward, then this ugly side, I don't like this side, would be on this side. So what we're going to do instead, to keep it looking much better, is we're going to go in the first loop from the back to the front. So we go like this. Then take a single band, slide it through, and slide the first loop through everything else on my hook. So then I'm going to go into the next loop. Oh, see, I made a mistake. I have to go from the back to the front, take a single loop, slide it through, and slide it through everything else. So we're going from the back to the front on every single stitch and sliding it through and doing a stitch from going from the back to the front all the way down. So this row we'll use 13 bands. Okay, so now that I've done all of these stitches, I'm going to turn my hook around and go from the forwards to backwards in the next row. So I'm going to go into the next stitch from the front to the back and do a single crochet. So you're going to do 13 of those, and you're going to go all the way down. Okay, so I've done all of the stitches down, and now I turned my hook around. So now I'm going to go from the back to the front and do single crochet stitches all the way down, going from the back to the front. Just like that, 13 of those stitches all the way down. Okay, so you're probably noticing a pattern that every other row we do forward to backward. So the order is forward to backward, backward to forward, forward to backward, backward to forward. And each time, so basically, each time we go across, this is 1, this is 2. Each time you go across either way is 1 row. So in total, you need to do 20 rows. And so the way you count it is this single is 1 row. So the way I count it is I count this one for 1. But then if we look closely, there's actually these like little lines, markings. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've done 5 and I need to do 20. So basically you're just going to keep doing that over and over again, backward to forward, forward to backward, backward to forward, forward and backward. 15 more times actually, until you've got 20 rows in total. So I'll be back when I've done all 20 rows. Okay, so I have done all of my 20 rows. I'm at my very last stitch on my last row. So I'm going to stick my hook through the last 2 loops, take a single band for the first 2 loops and the loop that was already on my hook, reclaim the end, and slip knot and pull tight. So what you're going to need to do is make 2 of these. I already made 2. So now we are going to sew them together. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm going to put both of these sides together. So I'm putting both sides with the bad side facing up. I'm just going to put one side on top of the other one, just like that. So now I have the 2 slip knot bands at the ends on opposite sides. So what I'm going to do is stick my hook into the loops. But what you want to do is the first loop inside. So I'm sticking my hook through the inside loop and the inside loop in the corresponding first stitch. Then I'm taking a single dark blue band, because that's what I'm using, and I'm sliding it through everything. Then, I'm going to go to the next stitch, go into the inside loop of the next stitch, and the inside loop of the next stitch of the other side, take the other side, reclaim the end of this dark blue band, take another single dark blue band, and slide it through everything. Next, I'm going to go into the next stitch inside loop, the corresponding stitch inside loop, reclaim the other end of the blue band, take another dark blue band, slide it through everything on our hook, and then I'm going to go into the next stitch, the inside loop, and the next stitch, the inside loop, reclaim the end, take a single band, and slide it through. So you're just going to continue that pattern all the way down until we get to the very last stitch. Okay, so now that I've done all of my rows, I'm going to undo my last stitch, and I'm going to go into the next row. So I'm just going to kind of turn my thing around, and now we're going to go down one of the long sides. So I have this little slip knot thing in the way, so I'm just going to kind of ignore it, pretend it's not there. So I'm going to stick my hook into the loop right before the slip knot, so it's actually one of the two loops. I'm going to put sticking my hook into both of them, and I'm going to stick my hook into this little space right here. It's like a slip knot band space. So then I'm going to reclaim the end of the blue, take a single band, slide it through, and leave both the ends apart. Then I'm going to stick my hook through the slip knot space on my ghosty blue and the next slip knot space, and it's kind of like right before it. It's actually one of the row bit loops, but I'm sticking it into both loops. Then I'm going to reclaim my end, take another band, slide through those, and go to the next stitch. Stick my hook through the slip knot space of both sides, reclaim my end. Take a single band, slide through everything. Then I'm going to go into the next one and reclaim the end. Take a single band and slide it through everything. Go into the next one. No. Here we go. Okay. Slide a single band through everything. So you're just going to repeat that pattern all the way down. Okay, so I've done all my stitches. My very last stitch was actually going through the first two loops of the next row. So what I'm going to do is stick my hook into the inside loop of the next stitch and the other inside loop of the next stitch, reclaim my end. Do it just like this. So then we're basically going to repeat what we did over here on here. So we go into only the two inside loops and take a single band, slide through everything on our hook, and we're not reclaiming the end. We're going to go through the next two inside loops and reclaim the end. So repeat that all the way down. Okay, so I'm at the last stitch and I've done all this side. So now I'm going to rotate my hook a little bit, go into the next loops I can find, reclaim my dark blue end, set a single band through, slide through the two slip knot area, reclaim my end, slide a single band through, and don't reclaim the end, and stick my hook back through another area and reclaim the end. So I'm basically going to do this, and I'm going to stop kind of like not all the way in, but I'm going to stop kind of like up to here. So So I'll be back when I've stopped kind of like in the middle. Okay, so I have done almost all of my stitches, but what I'm going to do is I have this little hole open. So I am now going to stuff my pillow. So I have got a bunch of stuffing, but what I'm going to do is with little pieces at a time, I'm just going to stuff my pillow full of stuffing. And I'm just using stuffing that I ordered off of Amazon. I think this is like polyfill or something. But I'm just going to stuff it as much as I would like. And a little bit more. That's good. Okay, so now I have my pillow stuffed, and I am just going to continue this row down, but it's a little trickier because we kind of have to avoid getting stuffing caught around our hook. So if there's any stuffing caught around your hook, then you're just going to have to remove that from your hook so that there's no like fluffy parts showing on this side. So I'm going to go to the next stitch. This is probably going to be kind of stretched out because we had to stretch it out to stuff it. So this might be a little trickier. Just like that. So now I'm at my last one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my hook through my first dark blue loop. So I'm actually going to stick my hook through the 4 loops. I'm going to reclaim the end, and I am going to take a single dark blue band, slide through everything on my hook, pull the first loop through the second, and pull tight. There we go. Here is my pillow. So now I'm just going to stuff it. And I'm just going to hide all the tails. So I'm just sliding the tails into the pillow, and then there we go. So then if there's any extra fluff, you just remove it. And here we go. This is my pillow. I think it looks really good, and of course you could have put designs on it before. You could have designed these sides, but I chose I didn't because I just wanted a really nice little plain pillow. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And this is Charstar, and bye!